Hi guys, so today I thought I would do a video on something that someone said to me once, which was you don't have a reason to self-harm. Now, I thought I'd do a video on this because I know like a lot of people who self-harm will go through experiencing someone who says that they don't have a reason to self-harm. So, I'm going to talk about why they say it and the ways you can deal with it and what to say to that person if you do actually come across someone who says it, because I know it can be hard at the time to not know what to say to them. So the person who said that to me was just a person who I'm not totally friends with, but they know about my self-harm just because of this idiot who spread it around school, shall we say. Um, but yeah, I basically just brushed it off because that's just me. I don't tend to retaliate stuff very much. So I just brushed it off and went, well, if that's your opinion, then so be it. I'm not going to try and change your mind, type of thing. But the best thing that you can say to them is, well, you don't know my reasons for self-harming. Because it's highly unlikely that they will. Why would they know why you do it? Because it's a personal thing, so it's unlikely you've told that many people, if anyone at all. Either, if you want to, tell them the reasons why you self-harm. That's not what I would do. I would just go for the approach of saying, well, you don't know why I self-harm. Because I feel that that's a better approach to it, because it shows that you're not sinking down to their level, because it's almost like they're trying to personally attack you. Whereas if you just say, well, that's fine then you're kind of taking the moral high ground, so to speak. It's you who's choosing whether they should know it or not, because that's the main thing. A lot of things that happen have to be your choice. The way to react to it is, well, on a personal level, the way to react to it is don't don't let it get to you, because the worst thing you can do is let it get to you and then you feel a bit shit for the rest of the day, because there's no reason to say it to you, so why should you have a reason to feel bad about it? Another thing that links quite nicely to this is the fact that people say that your reasons aren't good enough. I'm sorry, but who are you to say that my reasons for self-harming aren't good enough? Because it's a personal thing. Well, it's like some people can cope with things differently, and people can cope with different amounts differently. So if that's not good enough, if my reasons for self-harming aren't good enough to you, then what do you freaking do for you? It's you who's dealing with it, not them. And if you can't cope and you find that self-harming is a way to cope for you, then who are they to say that your reasons aren't good enough? Because a lot of people have said that my reasons aren't good enough, but I don't care. I'm trying to stop, so what's it got to do with them? So the whole you don't look depressed thing, for people who know you self-harm but know nothing else about it, what does a depressed person look like? That's the question you have to pose to them. Because a depressed person is not all doom and gloom all the time. They very often appear quite happy on the outside, because they put on like a mask to hide how they're truly feeling, which just shows how not everyone who is depressed looks a certain way. So not everyone who self-harms will look depressed if that's their reason for self-harming. The person who said it to me, I don't actually think they meant it in the properly nasty way. I think they were just trying to do it in the more curious, all tell me more type thing. But the fact that they were curious, it's kind of awkward for me. But I know some people don't mind talking about their reasons for doing it. But personally for me, keeping the reasons for doing it to myself is sort of like the last bit of control I have with it, if that makes any sense. I'm not saying that's what you should do. If you want to tell someone, then by all means go and do it. Because just because I'm doing something doesn't mean you have to. But this is my view on it, so yeah, I suppose when you repeatedly get asked it, or said that, then you kind of develop a response, like an instinctive response that comes to that statement or type of question. So my instinctive response is well, that's good for you, but it's me who's dealing with it, not you. Another thing that I've been told before is the whole, your life seems perfect. What is perfect? Exactly. Because to me, well, for me, my life's not perfect, that's pretty clear. But that person who said it knows nothing about me, really. They don't know what my life is like at home. All they do is see me around school. And even then, I don't really talk to them that much. But that person knows about this much of my life when my life is about this much. They know that. So, people who say to you, your life seems perfect, why are you self-harming? Well, just tell them they know nothing about your life. You only tell them what you choose to tell them, or what you've chosen to tell someone else who has then probably gone and told them. Because pretty much anything that happens behind closed doors in your house, you won't have told them. It's highly unlikely you'll have told them. If you have, then, well, you got to face up to it, in a sense. The whole, you don't look depressed thing, your life seems perfect. Well, you don't know what goes on inside my head. You don't know what I can deal with. And they are just kind of, this is my way of just telling you how I got through all that. Because I didn't have anyone to tell me how to get through it. I just had to figure something out, and every time and time again, it didn't work. If you have any questions on this video, guys, then just stick them down here, or inbox me a message, because I will reply to it. I try and check my inbox most days. Doesn't always work. Or send me a message on Twitter, which is also down in the description. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic week and weekend.